Welcome to what I've promised and we've all been waiting for quite a while, the Ask Me Anything session on 5G. When we started with this series, Powering India's Tomorrow, we knew we were filling a very important need, information and knowledge on 5G. There have been a lot of gaps out there, lots of misconceptions, lot of myths, lots of hunger to know more. People wanted to know about 5G. But we didn't know that the curiosity, the knowledge, the hunger, the need was at an all-time high. People very excited about 5G. So we were flooded with questions in thousands. So here then is our effort to answer some of them. And of course, I will bring in all the experts when the scope of the questions is completely and totally beyond me. So lots of questions to answer, very little time. So I'm going to start off with the first question. This has come very, very often. What is 5G? How is 5G different from 4G? So it's an interesting question, right? So 5G actually refers to the fifth generation of wireless mobile or cellular technology. Thus, 2G was the second generation, 3G third generation, and so forth. Now it's gradually 5G is being deployed all around the world by telecommunication networks. And in India, we're about to get it also. So as a consumer, if you sign up for a 5G plan with the telco provider, you will be able to tap into their 5G network when it comes to India, which will give you much faster speeds, lower latency, allow you to do more data-heavy activities over the internet that you would not have been able to even think about on a 3G or a 4G network. Simply put, 5G is the latest and many say the greatest manifestation of the ever-evolving wireless mobile technology. What all will it do? Well, we'll take some more questions on that. So now on to the big question that has been posted on my social media hundreds and hundreds of times. Will 5G work on existing devices? I already have a device which has got 3G or 4G. Will 5G work on that? No, it's not going to. You will need a 5G compatible device to latch onto a 5G network. You will, of course, need a 5G SIM also. So just the way you changed your SIM to 4G when 4G was launched here in the country, you'll have to do that. Okay, let's move on to the next question. I think this is a question that everybody really wonders about. Does 5G improve my phone calls? Will my voice calls improve with 5G? Because, that's the one thing everybody keeps talking about. So you would have noticed that the 4G calls did improve with voice over LTE. That technology came in, we are better off now. With voice over 5G, the call quality is expected to further improve a lot. Now, another question everyone wants to know about this. Will 5G data and packages be way more expensive than 4G? Because it seems like 5G is new technology, expensive technology. Now, this will depend on the packages that the operators offer. But in what we've seen in other global markets where 5G has already been launched, a lot of people are using it. Operators are also bundling in 5G-enabled digital services for customers. My take, I think in India, 5G will bring in a lot of benefit, incredible speeds, better network at no major extra premium at all. Okay, let's move on to the next question, the one that I think we all should be wondering about. How will 5G change my everyday life? It will change things dramatically, every aspect of it. For a start, if you're someone whose daily activities involve, let's say, real-time transactions or require an ultra-high-speed network, then 5G technology is something that will elevate that business to a whole new level. You really appreciate it. Things like stock traders, online gamers, even now with the ongoing pandemic, video calls have become so commonplace in lieu of physical meetings, thus making it far more important to have a much faster and reliable network. Imagine 4K video calls, then all the video streaming we do, OTT, audio streaming, high-res audio streaming, huge benefits, 4K, even 8K in the future will get enabled out here. Thus, over time, more average users will be likely to see a need to jump onto the 5G bandwagon as well to get better speeds, 5G voice experience. All of that also improves. Let me just paint a little bit of a picture for the future. So in the future, instead of maybe video calls, we could be speaking with each other through a virtual reality program or some form of holograms. I really do want to dream about that. You could have a hologram meeting with many people across many locations. 5G is a dream enabler. I think 5G will open up new possibilities in terms of communication that may even be difficult to predict or fathom today. For example, the entire arrival of what we use, all of you use now, the app economy, the app ecosystem, happened because of 4G. Never would have happened if we didn't have 4G. Now imagine what 5G could do. Now let's move on to some of the questions where I will bring in the experts. Let's start off with the first question. We've got a lot of this question from a lot of you. What's the current status of 5G in India? Kab aayega? We keep hearing 5G, 5G. Kab aayega? I think we're looking at 5G auctions taking place in the first quarter next year.
India, obviously, we don't have commercial network yet because the spectrum will be made available next year. But we have done a couple of things which are extremely important. If you look at our portfolio now, which is kind of leading technology portfolio when it comes to radio and core, we have all India requirements already included in. So our massive MIMO radio on the 3.5 is just spot on for the India territory. So we have been able to make sure that whatever India will need when 5G will be live is already included in our roadmap. Then, with Bharti in January, we have been able to show 5G in a live network, and then in June as well, where we did basically leveraging on the 3.5 temporary spectrum made available by Bharti. We did show 1 gigabit in a live network on a 5G connection. So, and we are talking to the institution, to the enterprise, to our operators to make sure that we don't lose any bit of requirements that we need to be successful in India. Some countries will obviously make available the spectrum in 2022. So 2022 will be really the year where we will speed up in many countries, including India.
Let's move on to our next question. Benefits of 5G. What changes will it bring? I spoke about a lot of this earlier. Let's speak to one of the experts.
First of all, when it comes to the mobility, right? Look at what is happening now during COVID. I think everyone, the consumer had been basically leveraging on the availability of mobile broadband for their private or business needs, like remote health consultation, e-commerce, or video conferencing, or digital payment. So without connectivity, we would not manage COVID the way we are doing, I think, reasonably well now. At the same time, if you look at India specific, now average consumption is 15 gigabit per user. And going forward in 2026, we forecast that average consumption per sub will be around 40 gigabit. And simultaneously, the number of subscribers will be increased substantially. So it will be a boom of data requirements going on in India. Obviously, 5G as a platform will fit super well in this context.
Next question. Now, 4G in India is slow. How would 5G be different? What's the real difference between these two? I think this is again a very interesting question. I'm going to answer a little bit myself, but I do have the experts to talk to. The first generation mobile network, 1G, was all about voice. 2G was about voice, and then texting started, which saw some digitalization and some new services like SMS-based services. 3G was about voice, texting, and data, which enabled surfing some way or some parts of the internet. Not amazing, but you could do it. 4G was everything that 3G had, but much faster, enabled today's smartphones. Everything we do today, we do because of 4G. 5G, even faster. It'll be fast enough to download full-length HD movie in seconds. Significantly more capacity, increased efficiency, cost benefits open up, completely new applications, usage for industries, businesses, IoT, AI. Lots is going to happen. That low latency and fast speeds is an incredible combination. Now, 5G remains on track to become the fastest adopted mobile generation in history, with subscriptions increasing at a rate of about 1 million per day. And I think this is exactly the kind of thing that will happen in India. Adoption here is going to be very, very fast.
As we all know that Indian 4G networks are not as fast as they should be, purely because of the number of users we have. So introducing 5G will really give the wireless users a great speed. Now, with the speed being so important at home, whether you are studying, working, or getting some entertainment from home. So I would say the wireless experience at home will get a real kick with 5G. And it should not be limited to just cities. It should be whole India, because we all know that the data demand is pan-India. So we really are very excited. with the prospect of launching 5G next year.
Okay, let's move on to the one question a lot of people ask. Okay, it'll help me with my private life. What about 5G helping me in my business? So absolutely. 5G will support enterprise in becoming more agile, efficient, data-driven. It will enable digitalization of industries, all kind of industries, from auto to everything else that you can think of. 5G-powered business is a business that leverages 5G to transcend the possibility of today, that uses 5G as a toolbox to solve business problems now and in the future. New ways, and it'll represent a new way of working and thinking. Things you're not thinking of doing right now in your business, you will be able to because of 5G and what it enables. There's some very important common characteristics that emerge when you look at a 5G powered business. For example, first and foremost, with 5G you can run any process remotely, regardless of how critical it is. So anything that you need remotely, you can. It actually has real-time control over every business process. So again, anything you can think of. But listen, I do have an expert to tell us more.
So cellular connectivity enables digitalization by connecting things such as wireless sensors, cameras, drones, etc. And all of these things are input to digital models and subsequent artificial intelligence analysis. So when we bring in 5G and cellular connectivity, industries can really take full advantage of remote control and automation throughout the whole production process. And the use cases and the connectivity solutions that power them can really be applied in a variety of key industries and also be customized and tailored to the specific needs, contexts, and goals of enterprises in these different industries.
Rajiv, this is very interesting because 5G has been kind of a, you can say, thought provoker or inertia breaker for industry to think automation, to think digitization. Earlier, they were thinking probably it's not for us, it is for any IT enabled industry, but not for manufacturing, not for logistics, not for ports, not for airports. But with the trigger and the word thinking about it with cloud, IoT, and 5G, I think this trioca is going to create so much of potentials around industry. And I would say the three big domains in which the industry can make use of it is safety. You can use like drones to have visual check on, let's say, a port. It is also on productivity. I mean, we believe in Digital India. We believe in Atmanirbhar India. We believe Indian manufacturing to compete with the world and be the supplier for the world will need to be efficient. So I would say the productivity and efficiency angle of how 5G, cloud, and IoT can help industries be there. I think that will be another big one. And smaller industries, which have to now really, you can say, create that scale. This would be a big trigger for them.
That then was our Ask Us Anything on 5G powering India's tomorrow. Thank you so much for all your questions. I know that there are going to be a lot more. Do remember the series continues. Lots more people to meet from all across the world. Powering India's tomorrow will be back next week.